In a nutshell, Saitama JALT needs you. We're a great chapter with a good history and tons of resources, a bright future ahead of us, and a history of action. So what's gone wrong? Well, let me talk about the state of the chapter now. About 2 years ago, we were looking at hosting the next Nakasindo conference, a grassroots conference hosted in Saitama City. That didn't quite happen. And as we've moved forward, a lot of our members who are leaders are needed at their schools and their families. Basically, Saitama needs new leadership. We need new people who can host the 4 to 6 events we try to plan every year. We need people to look at the basic accounting. Where's the event? Who's there? Are they getting paid? What members are attending? Basic stuff, not too difficult. And that's easy because we're well resourced. We have no need for fundraising. If you have an idea of who you want to speak, call them on the phone. We can probably pay for it. On top of that, you may not need to call them on the phone. We might be friends already. We have an active face group with hundreds of relationships and a ready-to-use website, so documenting things will be easy for you. Most valuable, we have an excellent history. I'll talk about it later, but this is a chapter that has gone places and done things. Let me go into detail. So regarding those 4 to 6 events, we like workshops. We like things where people have something to do when they're working. If you know what a bad professional development seminar looks like, you don't need to raise your hand. There's enough of those in the world. But if you've had a transformative experience where you and like-minded educators, others teachers, other students have come together to share their thoughts, their concerns, and their solutions for problems, great, you're in the right place. It absolutely does not matter whether you have a PhD or you're a home-based educator. We like to work in harmony. We also like to work with others. And this is great because many of us live in Saitama, but maybe we work in Chiba or Tokyo or somewhere else. You can contact any one of our chapters, for example, our best buddies up in Gunma, or one of our SIGs, such as longtime partners, Critical Thinking SIG, and say, hey, we've got an idea. You want to come on down? We have a long history of doing such collaborative projects, and also using the SIG's journals to help get you published. That's right, working the Saitama chapter is highly correlated with getting published. So, let's talk about the real deal responsibilities of the 3 to 5 people Saitama JALT needs to move forward. The first, we need a president, someone who is a liaison with National JALT and other chapter groups, as well as SIGs. This is a person who's going to be in the know. Maybe you read the email list, or maybe you're on Facebook JALT, or maybe you're already friends with someone. What's happening at a national level, what trends in education, what policies are concerning people in other chapters will help you inform your chapter what's happening around. And that's it. You're a secretary. You're not the person who calls the shots. You're the biggest listener in the group. It's a great position and one I've cherished. The next position, perhaps the most important, is the treasurer. This is the person who makes sure that the money is where it's supposed to be. Did you have a presenter? Did they get paid? Did you have some members come in and they give us cash? Where is that? Money is important, especially when you're an official NPO. That means that every month, take 5 to 10 minutes and just count up the money. Is it where it's supposed to be? We can do that online, and there's extensive support with national and other chapters. Don't be shy about being a treasurer. We have plenty of people to help you out. I'd like to talk about program. Program's a special one. Program is a person who might be picking up the phone or sending an email asking, hey, are you excited about this topic? Our members say they really want to hear more about If you'd like to meet your heroes, program is where you want to be. Membership. Membership is a critical position that doesn't require that much. We'd like you to look at the roles and find out who's come and who's leaving. If there's some new faces in the audience, are they part of JALT already? Would they be consider being a friend of Saitama, maybe a JALT national member? This is not a hard sell, as most people know what they want. What makes membership so critically important overall, though, is they're the person who hears why people came and what they want out of the meeting. So again, we need another great listener to be our membership chair. Finally, very important in this day and age, is publicity. This is someone who can help man the Facebook accounts, help people who are presenting get their words clearly onto the website, or maybe you just want to take a few good photos. Publicity is really what you make of it. Now, to clarify, when it comes to selecting and planning events, this is responsibility shared by all. And this happens maybe 3 to 4 times a year, maybe over Zoom once at the beginning of the year and several follow-up meetings. That's up to you. But these 5 officers, these are the core of Saitama JALT. They make the decisions together, not anyone calling the shots. So let's review. The president is a liaison for national, and this is a person who is expected to communicate back and forth national 2 or 3 times a year via EBMs. This can be done in person, this can be done remotely, or the president can offer that opportunity to someone else. Great stuff. The treasurer is responsible for making sure the money is there at the end of the day and has extensive support. Program chair goes to meet their heroes and decides their own level of involvement. Membership is an excellent listener who meets everyone and finds out what people are interested in and why they came. And publicity, again, helps make everything look pretty and decides their own level of engagement. So, a final note. The president and treasurer are 2 positions which have very strong responsibilities with NPO. They have to check off that the money is spent correctly and is where it says it can be. So we need at least 1 treasurer and at least 1 president. It can't be the same person. However, program, membership, publicity roles, those can be shared by the president or treasurer. It's not a good idea, but you could have all of JALT run by just 2 people. Wow, what a sight that would be. So, in this much longer than 3-minute video, I've talked about the state of the chapter, that we need new leadership, a group that can work together, support 4 to 6 events, do some basic accounting, and manage those events whether it's online or in person. I've talked about how Saitama has a fantastic history and a pretty nice bank account. We have an active Facebook group and a ready-to-use website. I talked about our ethos for learning on Sunday and teaching on Monday, and how that's translated to active workshops rather than lectures. I didn't talk so much about our My Shares and opening acts, but you can ask me questions later. I talked about our fantastic cooperation with JALT National, especially JALT and Kanto, and there are opportunities for journals, conferences, you name it, we've done it. The doors are open. Whatever you want to do, go out and do it. So what does Saitama JALT need? It needs people like you.